Hello guys, this is Ivan. On November 3rd, which is this Sunday, 2013, we're gonna have another solar eclipse, but this one is a special eclipse. This one is called Hybrid. The maximum eclipse will be at 12:46 Universal Time. This is the link. This is the page for NASA from NASA website about solar eclipses. And this website right here, they give you a little bit more details, technical details about this eclipse. But we are just going to use some of them. For example, the greatest eclipse, which means the maximum eclipse or the peak, will be at 12:46 p.m. Universal Time. Now the eclipse is going to start at P1 is penumbra 1. It's going to start at 10:04 Universal Time, and actually it's going to end P4. It's going to end at 15:28 Universal Time. Now this area right here, it's the P1. This is where on timing is going to start. I'm going to explain in a few more minutes why we have so many marks in here, but bottom line, and this is where the eclipse starts. Now the P1, 2, and the P3 and 4 means penumbral eclipse. That means for everybody who lives on these areas, they are going to see only a penumbral eclipse, including these areas too. Now from P1 all the way to this point right here on the blue area, this is the places on the planet where the eclipse it's going to be 100% visible. Now these areas right here, all these blue marks, the eclipse is going to be partial. So as you can see, most of the eclipse, like, it's more often to this happen. It happened on the water, on the ocean, like on the Atlantic Ocean. It's going to be, and then a big part of Central Africa. This is another map from NASA website. Explain you a different way, but this is what we'll see on the last page. The eclipse starts in here, and this part is marking with blue and like red. This is where the eclipse is going to be visible. Now this is some areas around here. You remember the other page. All these parts and parts in here, and included some part of United States and Central America and South America, they're going to see a partial eclipse, including these areas right here too. On this image right here, it kind of show you how this eclipse is going to work. On this case, the sun will be the first part, and the moon will be between the earth and the sun. Now on the part that I show you on the map from NASA, and I explain you penumbra 1, penumbra 2, 3, and 4, it means that only this little part, which is the penumbra from the moon, it's not really big deal. If you're not used to watch these kind of things in the space, you probably will don't notice that much. But it's gonna be an eclipse, and you always are gonna see a little differences in here. Now the complete eclipse will be on this middle point. This is where the blue and the red lines across from Atlantic Ocean to Central Africa. It's where the eclipse will be visible 100%. Now I have this map of the world to kind of show you the parts, the areas where the eclipse will be visible. Now the eclipse is going to start at some point in here. I mean, I'm talking of the 100% possibility to watch the whole eclipse. It's coming from here, and it's going to come on the center of Africa. It's going to go to Gabon, Republic of the Congo. It's coming like here, Ethiopia, and part of Somalia, and then finish in here. Now the partial eclipse will be visible in this area right here. It's gonna go. Spain will see something. Half of Italy will see it. Part of Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and also this little part right here. All this complete part, like half of Madagascar, and this part of Africa we'll see this partial eclipse. Now, this part of United States, including Central America, like this, there we'll see a penumbral eclipse, and it's the same way in here. Let me put around this area right here. The other half of Madagascar and this part, penumbral eclipse will be visible. According to my YouTube settings and stuff, I have not seen people from this part of the world watching my videos, so that's why I don't make too much attention to this part of the world. I know I have people coming on my channel from this area right here, and I know for sure all America continent people watching my videos. Okay, now what time? We're going to check this right now. Remember, the eclipses starts around here. Partial eclipse will be visible. This part, actually including Cuba in here, Florida, a little part of New York, and this island right here. Now, but I'm gonna use a page. I'm gonna put all those links on the description of this video. But this is the timezoneconverter.com. It's a very cool page. We're gonna start with Florida. The eclipse starts at 10:04 Universal Time. 10:04, it's 6:04 in the morning in Florida. So that means at 6 o'clock in the morning, if you wake up at that time, you're gonna have time to have the chance to look at this eclipse in the morning before actually sunrise. Now you need to check at what time the sun rises on this area. I'm from Houston right now, so I don't got that much time to investigate all this, but if you're in Florida or New York, you need to see at what time the sun rises in there. If it rises around that time, and then you have a lot of chance to look at this. Let's calculate now. New York, it's the same time it says 6:04 a.m. So in Houston the sun rises around 7:30. Now remember, all these times right here on United States, we're talking about universal time. Remember, this Sunday the time go back in United States, so you're gonna use the new time to check this eclipse. Now if the sun rises at 7 o'clock right now, you're gonna go back 1 hour, so sun rises at 6 and on Sunday morning, so you're gonna have a chance to see this. Cuba, let's see what time is in Cuba in universal time. They use the same time, 6:04 a.m. So you check Sunday morning, 6:04 a.m. That's when the eclipses start. If you are on this part of the world right here. Now, if we remember this page from NASA, the greatest eclipse is going to be at, let me see, the maximum eclipse will be at 12:46 Universal Time. Now let's check this quick. We're back in here. We check 12:46, and in Cuba at 8:46 a.m. will be the maximum eclipse, the peak. Now let's call Florida. Let's just click Miami. See, Miami, New York, Cuba, 8:46 p.m. I believe at that time the sun has already rise. You are going to see the eclipse. Let's go back to map. So, but this part of the world, but 8:45 in the morning, its eclipse will be the peak. Now remember, because the penumbral shadow that you're going to see on this part, it shows a partial eclipse. It's not total. The only place where the eclipse will be visible, I repeat, will be this area right here. It goes like this, something like this. Now let's go. Let's check about Central America. These people in here, in Cuba, they're gonna be see it too. Let's just click. Let's click Panama. Let's see the time of Panama. Okay, but then 7:46 a.m. will be the time for the greatest, the maximum eclipse. Now let's change for the time 10:04. But the people who live in that area, the eclipse will begin at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I don't think the sun rises at the time in there. But like I say, you need to check, if you live in the area, you need to check at what time the sun rises on your area. I'm gonna give you a page, a link on the description, so you can investigate that pretty easy, really easy. There's a very nice website about that. The point is this: by the sunrise in the morning, whoever lives on this area, they're gonna have the chance to see a partial eclipse. That's the point. Now, if we go back to the other side, to the people who live around here, all this part right here, they are going to see a partial eclipse soon. Let's say just Spain. Okay, the eclipse will start at 11 o'clock a.m. The partial eclipse for them. Now the peak time will be, let's say 12:46, but 1:45 p.m. in Spain will be the greatest eclipse, the maximum eclipse. Now let's see. The eclipse finished at 15:28. So let's see. Okay, the eclipse is over at 15:28. So by 4:28 p.m. everything is past. It's gone. And I repeat, this part right here will be only partial. You're not gonna see just complete eclipse. It's a very little piece, including this area too. And the good point about this is all this is gonna happen on the same day. If you remember in my videos, other videos that I make before, and you know about this, the time and dates change some part on here. It changed time, it changed date actually. If you're in Japan, you know you had so many hours, and it changed date before changed date in America, for the say the American continent. So the good thing about this eclipse is that it's gonna happen on the same day for everybody in the same date for the people who live anywhere in this area. Now, like I say, the greatest eclipse will be only visible on this little part in here. But let's say yeah, I believe it starts in here. Let's just say Gabon. Let's see what time in Gabon. See, 4:28. Now let's say 12. I'm sorry about that. Okay, the greatest eclipse is with us at 12:45 Universal Time. It's gonna be 1:45 p.m. in Gabon, and this is we're talking about Africa. This is where the eclipse. This is the 100% visible, no partial. It's the total. Now we are going to that point about why is this an spatial eclipse. Okay, this page right here, it comes from NASA too. This table show you the solar eclipse that happened for the past 5,000 years and will happen on the future. I mean, it's talking about 5,000 years total around that. It's if you are study astronomy, you will find out why it's easy to know the eclipses and some of the comets when passed on the past, even since the 2,000 years, maybe 3,000 years ago, stuff like that. And that's because it's a mathematical issue right here. You use some physics laws and universe. It's very easy to see how the solar system moves around, and it's like that we can know when can be the next solar eclipse in thousands of years ahead. But the point is this: about hybrid eclipses, you will see in here how very little, I mean, happen on intervals of time of 100 years or so. Let's just jump to the time where we are now. Let's say from the year 1901 to the year 2000, it only occurs 6 eclipses. So you're talking about 100 years. In 100 years, only occurs 6. Now, since the year 2001 to the 2100 year, it's gonna occur only 7. If we click in here, we get statistics about this. Okay, right here I give you somehow, let's see, we give you the dates. Okay, we got 2001. We're looking for hybrid eclipses. Alright, right here, this is the type of eclipse. This is a total eclipse, annular eclipse, penumbral eclipse, but the H means a hybrid eclipse. Now, if we remember the little minutes ago, we only gonna have 7 hybrid eclipses from the year 2001 to the year 2100, right? Now, let's go locate our time. Okay, go right here. Alright, it looks like the last one we had was on April 8, 2005. That was the last hybrid eclipse. And let's see the table right here. The next one, H right here. We having another one on November 3rd, 2013. Now, when we're gonna have the next hybrid eclipse? Right here. Let's keep looking at the table. I hope I don't skip this. There we go. It looks to me like in the year 2023 we will have the next solar eclipse hybrid on April 20th. But the point is this, it's not common to see this kind of eclipses. You already see the table. Let me go back in here. But you know, you're only going to have 7 in the next 100 years, from the 2100 to 22, only 4, 3, and this one right here from the year 2400 to 2500, only 1. I mean, this is what we call something rare. Like, it's not common to see this. Now, next thing, what is a hybrid solar eclipse? Let's see. Alright, I'm going to try to explain easy what is a hybrid eclipse. A hybrid eclipse is actually like a combination of an eclipse, annular eclipse, and a total eclipse. It starts from one type. Like, for example, the one is coming on Sunday. The people they are on the part where the eclipse is gonna start. This is what they're gonna see. They're gonna see the ring of fire. It's a beautiful thing. And a few minutes after, it's going to become a total eclipse. So this is what is a hybrid eclipse. It's a shift between a total and an annular eclipse. It depends on what part of the year you are. It's what you're gonna see. But on our case, on the American continent, we're not gonna see none of those things. A big partial of Africa and Europe, they're not gonna see this. I already showed you the map, like from the Atlantic Ocean to Central Africa, they're gonna see this. Now, just to remark this, from this area, you see this line. It looks red, but actually has a little blue parts on top and on the bottom. You can make it bigger. See, that's the blue and red. The point is this. Okay. From this part all the way to this part, it's where the eclipse will be visible. From a complete hybrid eclipse means it's gonna start as an annular, and then it's going to become a total eclipse. This is a privilege. I mean, it's something beautiful. You know, if I'm a millionaire person, I probably will send somebody, will personally go over there and get a big boat in there, maybe in an airplane or whatever, get there, take pictures of the annular eclipse, and I'm probably gonna travel, I don't know, find a way to get to the point where eclipse transforms to a total eclipse, and keep going like that until change is made. I mean, if I have the enough resource to do something like that, I will do it, and I will definitely share all that pictures with you guys. It's something very beautiful. So if you have the chance, if the opportunity, I believe there's some islands in here. I don't know what's the how people live in there, but if somehow you got a chance to be there, take pictures, take videos, do it. This is a very rare. We're not gonna see this thing until several years after this. So if you have the chance, just do it. Now I'll show you what you're gonna see if you live on this area, including this and partial here. I'm gonna show you with my own pictures what you're expecting to see if you are on a path where the eclipse will be only partial. I took those pictures on May 20, 2012. We had it was an annular solar eclipse, but in Houston, because the time we only had partial. But also that day was pretty cloudy. It was raining and things like that. So I was pretty lucky to get those pictures. I'm gonna show you right now. I didn't have right equipment back then, so I just did what I could, what I can, and back then. I have a little bit better equipment now. I probably will make these things look better, but this is what I get. This is the shadow of the moon, and this is the sun right here. Now this is what we get. That's it. We only get probably around maybe 30-45% cover of the sun by the moon shadow that day in Houston. So that's what we call it was a partial, and then after that, see, it started getting cloudy, and the clouds completely covered the sun. It was, not really cool for us, but at least I did something. I watched something, and I was pretty impressed with what I was looking at. There we go. So this is kind of idea what would you see if you are on a path where the eclipse will be partial, like in Florida, New York, Cuba, and Central America. You see something like this. Now, if you are planning to see this eclipse, this is important. You don't watch the sun direct with your eyes. You have to use protection. It can really damage your eyes permanent, even if you don't notice or if you don't think or you don't feel anything. But it will do it. Believe me, it will do it. And also, you don't want to take pictures with your camera to the sun on eclipse with that filter. So important. Do not look straight to the sun. You have to use this is a spatial glasses. This is a spatial glasses just to watch the sun. You can buy those glasses on Amazon, or I don't know, maybe local stores around your area. They're very cheap, maybe $2-3 or something like that. There's another ways to do it. You don't have to watch the sun, like I say. Don't do that. You can find a ways to protect your eyes. Now, it's better to be safe to be sorry. Remember that. If you don't know how to do it, just go to Google and type how to watch the sun or how to watch a solar eclipse. This is another way, the pinhole box. You just make a little box in here, make a little hole, aluminum foil with pinhole, and then a little white paper on the other side. You will see completely the eclipse in a very safety way. There's more ways to do it. The only thing is you don't want to look at this with your own eyes. Remember that. It's very dangerous. The same way with your telescope or camera or binoculars. You need to protect them with filters. Don't do that, okay? To finish this video, I just want to thank you for all your support. I have made some videos about the comet Ison, all you need to know, in English and in Spanish. I want to thanks for the support you gave me, for the likes, and you for nice comments. I got people who they probably don't agree of my videos, and I respect that, and I like their comments too. But what I don't like is when people try to curse me or try to offend me about something. So I don't like those things. So I just want to say thank you for you being, have time and have time to watch my videos. I'm working hard right now, and I'm pretty soon I will make another update about Ison. But so far, the same thing that I told you, those videos before that I make, most of those videos that I have seen right now, they're lies. Don't believe those things. Their Ison is completely safe, and it's gonna be a very nice and beautiful show that we're going to see. Nobody is paying me for saying this. I'm not like the kind of person. So if you know me, you will know me and then what I'm talking about. But I only work for the truth. I want to expose the truth, and I show you evidence of the things that I do. So if you look at my videos, you will know what I'm talking about. I want to thank you for have the time to watch, and if you have not, I will invite you to get some time and check my channel and check my videos. You will probably like my videos too. I like to invite you to get to the Facebook page, the one I use for astronomy. If you can give me a like, I will appreciate that. This is the astronomy page. You can share your own pictures if you have. I have some friends in here sharing some stuff that's pretty cool. If you got the chance, you can share with me your image or not. I will try to get something so I can share about this eclipse. But if you go on this page, you will find out a lot of things that I do for astronomy. Some of them are my own videos and pictures, and I like to research. That's the moon picture I took. Um, I've been trying to search for ozone, waking up in the mornings early, maybe 1 or 2 times a week. I have not seen it yet, but as soon as I got the pictures of ozone, I will publish on this page. So if you have the chance, please get on this page and give me a like. Now, two last things. If you are in the United States of America, change the time by Saturday, well, by Sunday 2 o'clock in the morning. So by the time you wake up on Sunday at 6:30 a.m., if you want to see the eclipse, the time will be already changed. So don't forget that. And second and last, this is the Hybrid Solar Eclipse. It's going to happen November 3rd, 2013. This is a very unique, beautiful time. I mean, beautiful eclipse, very rare but and amazing. It doesn't happen often. I hope all this information can be good for you and you can use it. And I appreciate your time and thank you very much for watching this video.